something about heritage, man, and it's just finding that balance, that wisdom balance.
Yeah, I'm with you. I agree. This is The Ramsey Show. In the lobby of Ramsey Solutions on the debt-free stage, Chris and Caitlin are with us. Hey, guys, how are you?
Hey,
Good. How are
doing great.
Welcome, welcome. Good to have you guys. Where do you live?
San Antonio, Texas.
Good. And you're here to do a debt-free scream. How much did you pay off?
We paid off $230,000.
Oh.
And how long did this take?
We started February of 2015, and then we made our last payment on Christmas Day of this year.
So 6 years?
Roughly.
Just shy of 6 years.
Just shy of 6
All right, very good.
That's
and your
a
range of
grind,
income
yeah.
during that time?
We started at 38, and then we ended at 150.
Okay, cool. So with that length of time and that large an amount, was that student loans or did you pay off your mortgage?
Oh, gosh. It was majority student loans. We borrowed a lot.
Yes, we actually looked at the student loans as that's like a giant credit card where we were just living off of it, maxing out our loans and what referred to the reaping my fruit before we even planted the seeds.
What's your degrees in?
My degree is in nuclear medicine,
Mm-hmm.
but currently I work for a tech company.
Okay.
And I am a physical therapist assistant.
Very cool. Okay. Well, two great career fields, but
sir.
boy, did you
Yeah.
pay dearly for them, huh?
Yes, we
So
did.
much.
Yeah. So what's your household income now? 50? 150?
150.
Between the two of you?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
And probably on the way up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. How old are you two?
I'm 33.
And I will be 38 later this year.
All right. And 230,000 cleared off in 6 years. So tell us the story. What happened?
It all started back in 2015. My boss at the time, shout out Chad Keck, hey, he gifted all of his employees the financial peace book, and I read it and I thought, wow, there's a plan for this. It makes so much sense because we were at a point where we borrowed so much we couldn't actually borrow anymore. Chris was in school. I had just gotten my adult job, and I read the book and was like, oh, this gives me every step, how to save, how to start paying my student loans. It gave us a way out. And so after reading the book, I brought it to Chris. I was like, Chris, I think this is it. You've got to read this. Please read this. I've never had you asked you to read a book before, but please read this book. And
Well,
his
yeah, I
reaction.
read it and immediately came to her. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Let's do this. And she's like, okay, one of the first things I want to do is I want to cut the cable off. I'm like, oh, you want to do what? And she's like, yeah, and I want to.
What did I just sign up for?
Exactly.
But I won't
and then
do
she
that.
and then she wanted to move down an apartment. We had a 2-bedroom, really large apartment. And she's like, also want to move down. I'm like, wait, what? So I had to go back and reread your book. I was like, I missed something apparently along the way.
When someone with a degree in nuclear medicine says this is how it's going to be, you just go, yeah,
I'm
that's
not
cool.
telling you.
Yeah, there you go.
But then once I read your book and I caught that part of the gazelle intensity, and one of the first things I looked at was the fact that I had this F-150 I've wanted since high school, and we had what you referred to the log jam. And like, how are we going to break this up? Because we had $40 a month $40 left over at the end of the month. I'm like, how are we going to do this? And I looked at my shiny truck and said, I'm going to go sell that. And my wife was like, she's like, well, I didn't want to tell you to do that, but I'm so glad you want to do that.
I was like, I can't force you to do it, but man, I'm so glad you decided on your own.
I took your house
But you're
and
a
cable,
real
but-
man now that you decided that. Yeah.
So I sold that truck and I got a little $3,000 Prius and then signed up for a pizza delivering company.
Wow.
And started delivering pizzas to pay cash for my college for the rest of the way.
Wow. What did you make a month delivering pizzas?
Oh man, I was pulling at least like $100 a night every single time doing that.
Okay.
Especially
So
whenever the Spurs
How many
were in the
nights a
playoffs.
month?
I was doing that 5 days a week during that time.
So you're making
Wow.
like $2,000-$3,000 a month.
Just off of that, but that was
Yeah.
all going to make sure that we
I
don't
know.
take any more student loans.
I got that, but I mean, still, that's a lot of pizza money.
Yes,
That's
sir.
Very well done.
Yes.
But I want to note that
Yeah.
because when you made this decision, you started working really hard, and your hard work was to keep you from not digging anymore. You weren't
Yeah.
even going. You weren't getting ahead at this point. You worked this hard just to stay level.
And finish
Right.
school.
Yeah, he
between
was still in school.
between that and the fact that I was in school with this need for gazelle intensity at the time, it was the equivalent of if the cheetah got a head start and I'm just rearing back behind the gate waiting to catch up. And then as soon as I finished school, I was working 7 days a week, 3 different jobs.
Wow.
Good for you, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then 6 years later, you're done.
6 years later,
So
we're
that's a
done.
long time.
Yes, sir.
There
And
was a
Caitlin,
lot
you
of-
know, when a Texas guy sells his truck for a Prius, he's all in.
Oh, let me tell you.
He's all in.
God, that was a hard one, yeah.
Even you're like, I don't know, honey.
I was so proud of him, though, because that truck got 9 miles to the gallon. I was like, we can't even afford the gas.
Man, that's impressive. Well, when you're willing to live like no one else so that later you can live like no one else, it works.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It
Yep,
works.
just
And
day
now
by
you're,
day,
now you're
gotta-
free. You're 30 years old and some change, and you got no debt at all, and you make 100.5 on your way to 200.5, and you know, oh my gosh, your future is multi-millionaires.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
It's
That's the
right
plan.
there, and I can see it. I mean, I see the math. I've watched it for 30 years. You're just gonna do it. I'm so proud of y'all.
Thank you very much.
It's amazing. I mean, your hard work, your sacrifice. Okay, we talked about several things you did on the journey. Is there anything you want to add when people ask how'd you do this, what do you tell them?
Definitely consistency and creating a budget. I know a lot of people say, doing the budget was the thing, but we thought we were on a budget until we actually did a budget together, because I was the one that mainly took care of the finances, and when I got him involved, we were like, oh, we're missing some things, we're not covering everything. But once we got a budget, we realized what we could afford to keep us out of debt, and it kept us on the same page and helped us communicate more. It was just, the whole journey was the best marriage counseling we've ever done since we never did it. And so I'm glad we went through this. So we're always on the same page and have the same goals now.
Yeah.
I think for me, the key is to his belief. Whether you're paying off debt, you're trying to lose weight, or try to quit smoking, if you don't believe that what you're doing is not working, if you don't believe the process is working, or if you don't believe that the other side of all of this is worth it, then you're not going to pursue it as much without struggling. There was
Yeah.
times where I was metaphorically crawling on my hands and knees because I was physically tired and emotionally exhausted from working so much. But it's knowing that this was a light at the end of the tunnel, I kept pushing.
Yeah. Wow. Very, very, you're right. Very impressive. I mean, people who, if you want to sacrifice or embrace pain with no potential outcome, that's just mental illness. I mean, you have to have,
Torture,
there
it's
has to be a
torture.
reason to do this. There has to be a light at the end of the tunnel. It's not an oncoming
Well, there has to
thing.
be a little bit in there.
Yeah. It's just strange, man. So you guys, no, that's very, very, very well done. Very well done. What was the hardest part for you?
It was literally the day by day, and knowing it would take us so long. When we started, we knew it'd be at least 5 years. And of course, all the different roadblocks that came, with medical bills, and, global pandemic. And
Oh, there's that.
Yeah,
Just a little bit.
And then not to mention Texas had a nice little snowpocalypse that happened recently.
Oh, yeah, that helped.
oh yeah, we had that too. But definitely day by day, just being each other's cheerleader and getting through. One of our biggest goals is we want to get a house,
Yeah.
since we're in such a small apartment. And we knew if we don't do this, it's not even a possibility.
Yeah.
It's not even going to happen.
Well, now you can,
yeah,
for sure.
We have more
You've done
options
it.
now.
Well done.
I'm
Well
so
done.
proud of you guys. This is so cool.
Thank you so much.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
They're
And your
amazing.
marriage, come what may, come the house buying, come kids, come in-law challenges, you have a 6-year chain that y'all have built that nothing's going to come your way that you can't figure out and sit down at a table and work together, because that same skill you learn budgeting is how you're going to sit down and approach hard conversations and challenges and job layoffs and job successes, and hey, we got to move somewhere else, and whatever that's
There's
what's
a
going to come your
methodology
way.
built into their brains now.
That's right. It's who you guys are. I'm so proud of you, man.
Chris and Caitlin, San Antonio, $230,000 paid off in 6 years, making 33 to 150. They did it. Hard work. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
All right, everybody, you might want to turn your volume down a little bit. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
We're debt free!
Wow. Unbelievable. This
So cool.
is The Ramsey Show.